My family forgot me every Christmas, so I bought a mountain mansion. I bought it for solitude, but the first sunset photo I posted from the glass-walled great room exploded in the family group chat. 8 minutes later, Dad messaged, "Perfect. Marcus and Leela can settle in by the weekend." They arrived with duffels, a best, and a power drill. My name is Harper Quinn. By day, I'm a senior growth architect at Apex Pulse, the kind of agency where the coffee tastes like ambition and the walls are a whiteboard. I turn chaotic startups into overnight legends. I'm paid to see patterns no one else notices, to spin weakness into want. I live in a steel and dolomite loft overlooking the river, a space so unlike the house I grew up in that even the light feels foreign. That house was in Willow Ridge, a brick colonial with black shutters and a driveway that curved like a smile for photographs. Inside, the air always carried the faint scent of cedar and superiority. My parents, Vincent and Diane Harlow, were the sun and moon. My brother Marcus, 2 years older, was the golden planet everyone orbited. I was the asteroid no one tracked. The walls of that house were a museum to Marcus. His debate trophies gleamed on the mantel in perfect chronology. His lacrosse jersey hung framed above the fireplace like a battle flag. My report cards, my poetry prizes, my scholarship letters, they lived in a plastic bin in the garage, wedged between Christmas ornaments we never hung. The forgetting started small. Age 9, I waited at the kitchen island while Mom piped icing into an M for Marcus's birthday pancakes. I reached for the cereal. The box rattled empty. "Oops, we'll grab more tomorrow," she said without looking up. Tomorrow never came for me. By high school, the pattern calcified. I won the state essay contest. Mom asked if I could edit Marcus's college applications instead. Senior year, I was accepted early decision to Northwestern with a full ride. Dad texted from the golf course, "Great safety net for Marcus if he needs it." Christmas became the annual eraser. "We thought you were skiing with friends. Plans changed last minute. You're so Harper." Polite lies delivered with the warmth of a quarterly report. I learned to schedule my own holidays like product launches. I flew to Iceland for the Northern Lights, to Lisbon for pastel de nata on Christmas morning. I replaced pine needles with eucalyptus, cinnamon with cardamom. The scent of my solitude was sharp, clean. At Apex Pulse, I orchestrated chaos into revenue. Our latest campaign, Echo and Rise, took a failing outdoor brand and tripled their Gen Z market share in 1 quarter. The client review was held in a glass penthouse, city lights glittering below like spilled data points. I clicked to the final slide. We didn't just hit KPIs, we rewrote them. The room erupted. My boss, Lena, slid a slate gray envelope across the table. Inside, a bonus check for $92,000. The number stared back, unblinking. I felt the click of a lock I hadn't known was jammed. That night, I opened my laptop and searched mountain homes on impulse. I filtered for privacy, for altitude, for silence. One listing stopped my scroll. A modern timber mansion cantilevered over the Sapphire Ridge. 4 bedrooms, floor-to-ceiling glass, a deck that floated above the clouds. Listed by a trust, cash offers only. I created Ravencrest LLC at 2:17 a.m. Raven for the bird that outsmarts storms. Crest for the ridge that would hold my name in secret. I wired the bonus, my savings, and closed in 18 days. No one knew, not even my assistant. The first night I slept on the floor wrapped in a moving blanket. The fireplace roaring, the valley below black and endless. I woke to frost on the inside of the windows and the smell of cedar that was finally mine. I replaced every lock with biometric dead. I installed motion sensors that pinged my phone like a heartbeat. I hung one photo, the ridge at dawn, no people, just light and stone. I invited my real team up for a soft opening. Jade, Nico, and Vera, the creatives who'd bled with me on Echo and Rise. We cooked risotto in the cavernous kitchen, played cards on the heated deck, laughed until the stars blurred. I posted one photo to my private Instagram. The deck at twilight, string lights glowing, caption, "Found my signal." I turned my phone face down and slept deeper than I had in years. Morning brought chaos. The family chat, usually a graveyard of forwarded memes, lit up like a war room. Aunt Claire, stunning. Where is it? Cousin Theo, road trip. Then Mom, wonderful news, family. Harper's new place is ideal for Marcus, Lila, and the twins. Lease ends Friday. We'll handle the move. A photo followed, Marcus holding a taped box labeled Nursery Priority. Dad added, "Harper, we'll need utility transfers by noon. Tax benefits for shared occupancy." Marcus sent a thumbs up emoji and a U-Haul reservation. Screenshot. I stared until the screen dimmed. They had annexed my silence in under 12 hours. I typed 3 words, not your house. Sent. The bubble sat alone, blue and final dot. Dad called immediately. I let it ring. He left voicemail in his boardroom baritone. Harper, this is inefficient. Marcus needs stability. Be reasonable. I saved it. I opened a new note titled Fortress Protocol. Line 1, LLC owns everything. Line 2, no invitation, no entry. Line 3, document every breach. They escalated with corporate precision. A forged lease appeared in my inbox. My signature copied from an old birthday card. Middle initial J added for flair. A change of address form routed Marcus's mail to my P.O. box. A property manager named Vincent Harlow requested utility access, claiming I was overextended. Each move left a digital fingerprint. I screenshotted. Archive.I retained Calder, legal recommended by a client who'd survived a hostile takeover. Attorney Rowan Calder's office smelled of steel and pine. She reviewed my folder without flinching. They're building a paper trail to force adverse possession. We'll cauterize it. By end of day, she filed no trespass order naming Vincent, Diane, Marcus, Harlow, cease and desist, citing forgery, mail tampering, utility fraud, trail cam footage of Dad slipping envelopes into my P.O. box at 3:04 a.m. New Year's Eve, I turned the mansion into a lighthouse. I invited neighbors I'd never met, brewers, sculptors, a retired pilot couple. Jade brought Nico DJD from the loft. At 8:47 p.m., tires crunched gravel. 2 SUVs. My parents, Marcus Leela, 8 months pregnant, and Peo, plus a man in a camel coat clutching a briefcase. They carried moving boxes like siege towers. I opened the door 3 inches. The deputy I'd stationed in the pantry stepped forward, badge catching firelight. Harlow's, you're in violation of a recorded order. He served summons thick as novels. Leela dropped a box. Onesie spilled across the porch. She looked at Marcus, then at me, then at the deputy. I'm done, she whispered. We're not raising children in a crime scene. She walked back to the car alone. The deputy escorted them down the drive. I closed the door. The deadbolt thunked like a gavel. Inside, 30 people exhaled at once. I poured cocoa, added extra whipped cream, passed mugs like victory medals. We counted down to midnight on the deck, the valley sparkling below, my ridge unbreached. January dawned, white and quiet. I deleted Mom and Dad from emergency contacts. I added Rowan Calder. I replaced cardamom with pine again. But this time, the scent was mine to keep. Thank you for listening. Where are you tuning in from? Comment below. Subscribe, like, hit hype so more can hear.